This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am so excited to share this video with you guys. I was lucky enough to get an early copy of the Sims 4 Snowy Escape a while back now, and was able to record some footage for you guys. So I will have a build and buy overview out later today, but in the meantime, I wanted to show you one of my favorite builds I did. Right now, we are building at the top of the mountain. If you actually use your rock climbing skill and go on an excursion all the way up to the top of the mountain, there is a lot you can build on. And of course, I was like, yes, please. Yes, we're gonna do that right now. Like, how do you get to the top of a mountain, realize you can build there, and be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go home. But at least I couldn't do that. But we're building a structure here. I kind of just wanted this to be a place that your Sims could relax, unwind. It's basically just like a house at the top of the mountain that you could fill up all your needs at, or just chill out at. It could also be in a storyline driven world, like a hermit's house. You really don't want to be anywhere near people to the point where you made your house on the top of a mountain that you have to climb this really dangerous mountain to get to your home, so nobody's gonna find you. Anyway, before we get any further with this build, I just wanted to address the little pop-up that's bouncing around the screen that says Griffey on it. That's my EA ID, and that was built into this early access footage, so apologies if it gets a little bit annoying. I did make sure that the speed of this build was a little bit slower than normal, so that would hopefully not be too much of a disturbance, but I just wanted to let you know about that. Anyway, I'm working on the roofing here. I was kind of debating on if I wanted to use regular roofing or some of the new awnings that we got with the game, and I kind of did both, I think. I started by thinking I was just going to use the new awnings because I really like the textures on them, but I ended up having a regular roof on the balcony area or the front porch area, and then I used one of the new awnings up above the window here. And I'm actually going to swap out these windows for this one. Oh my goodness. I think this is one of my favorite windows from this new pack when it comes to like the detail on it, because the modern ones that we're getting are so good and I'm going to overuse them. Like, I'm going to use them like crazy. This one I'm probably not going to use very often, but it's so pretty. I had to use it in this build. And then these are some vines and plants that you can hang up that are actually from ReShade and I. And I just thought they looked so nice here. I liked the contrast between the green plants and the white snow. And then some of them are covered in snow. And I just think it added a little bit more life to this build. Also, I don't think I mentioned yet that while it doesn't really necessarily make sense to be here, I got the inspiration for the shape of this build from traditional Japanese farmhouses. I just thought they looked so cool, and I could just, for some reason, when I saw a bunch of reference pictures of them, because I was looking up different types of architecture, I was like, that would look amazing in the snow. So that's why that's here. I'm not sure if it makes a lot of sense, but I quite enjoyed it, and it's not technically a farmhouse anyway. It's just inspired by the shape of it. I just wanted to have something for your Sims to come to at the top of this mountain. But of course, I could see so many other things up here, like an ice castle. I feel like this is just begging to be the location of a castle from Frozen. Although, I think it's a pretty small lot, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to fit that up here, but I could definitely see that. So anyway, I just kind of built this to be more of... It feels more open and less detailed and stuff on the bottom floor because I wanted it to just be a place to come relax. So there's like a living space, there's a kitchen space, and a small eating area as well. And then upstairs, you can access the upstairs via a ladder, and there's just a single bed up there. That's all I could fit with this structure. And I thought it would be nice to just have a small space for your Sims to go ahead and catch some Z's after their long hike up here. And back outside working on some landscaping, and I'm about to discover one of my favorite items in this pack in Show Live Edit Objects. We're not there yet, but it's coming. We're almost there. I was so excited, and here it is. It's a snowdrift, and it just looks so cool. I use a bunch of them. I use a bunch of them on this lot, and it makes it look like the fences and the house and the rocks and everything is just buried in snow. Look at that. It's like covering the benches. I play tested it. Don't worry, your Sims can still walk through there and get into this house. No problem whatsoever. But I did have quite a bit of fun burying this house in snow. That's just an item I wasn't expecting to find. Obviously, it's hidden behind the cheat codes to get to like debug and show live edit objects, but I was very happy about it. But we're working on the floor plan now. At first I thought I was going to put a bathroom on the inside, but I opted against it in the end, and it is upstairs. It fit a little bit better up there. Down here just has the kitchen, dining, living space, and I think this is the only build I've done, because I've done a couple of them so far with the new pack, that I don't have a lowered section when you first walk into the building. I think I was having a little bit of trouble with figuring out the foundation and platforms and routing issues, so it's not present in this build, but I do have it in a couple of other builds that I'll be sharing over the next couple of days. I also wanted to mention that since this is from a really early build of the game, it's not final software. There might be some bugs or inconsistencies you see in the footage I'm sharing today versus what actually comes out in the game, and any issues I have might or will hopefully be resolved by the time the game is out. So just wanted to put that out there as well. Just missed it, but I figured out the floor plan upstairs where the bathroom is going to be, and we're figuring out some lights and wallpapers and stuff now. I just wanted to get a general idea of where I was putting things before I started placing them down. And this is going to be the little kitchen nook. I love this brand new tile that we're getting with this pack. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this one because it's a simple, modern tile. And the counters, don't get me started on these counters. Not only are they new counters, and are they versatile, and are they in some beautiful neutral swatches, but they have slots in the shelves below them and matching islands. They don't have matching cabinets. I'm not very happy about it. I'm not going to lie about that. I really need more cabinets in the game, please, and thank you. But these ones are really, really nice. I'm going to use them so much with like open shelving. We also got a new fridge and stove and sink that I'm using in the space. They match beautifully. The stove doesn't have a back to it, so it's going to work nicely in islands. And then I put down a kotatsu table. There is a 4-seater kotatsu table and also a 6-seater as well. And of course, for this space, the 4-seater fit the best. And then this is the living space. I combined a couple of these couches together to kind of make an L-shaped sofa in the corner. Because I did really think this was going to be, I don't know the right word for it, but this wasn't really supposed to be like a home. More like, I don't know, or like a rest stop. Maybe a like tourist area. A place for people that have climbed to the top to just come and chill for a little while. That little sign I am placing down above the door, it has other swatches on it. It took me way too long to realize that, but that is the sign that you can click on to get options on whether or not shoes are allowed in the house, and if they aren't, you can choose between just being barefoot or having guests and yourself wearing slippers. So I think that's pretty cool. But fireplace? Do you see that fireplace? I kind of see it. I mean, I love it. I love it so much. It is so simple and modern, and honestly, a lot of the pieces that we're getting with this, I'm surprised by. Like, it almost looks like CC. Not, like, it's very much Max's match, but it almost looks like CC to me, and I love it so much. I'm just very, very happy about that. Adding lots of beautiful artwork to the wall as well. There's this beautiful plant I pulled in here for a second, but then I didn't use because it's really big, and they're all combined together. I really wish those plants were separate. But I picked out a couple other things. I don't remember if I kept that shelf over there or not, but I know I was thinking about it. And we also got this little heater. I think I put it in the kitchen in the end. Yeah, there it is. So if you guys like this build and you'd like to download it, I think I should be able to have it up on the gallery when this game launches on November 13th. I saved my save file from this. Hopefully it all works because this is like a separate build of the game. I don't actually still have access to Snowy Escape. So hopefully I should be able to share that with you guys come November 13th if you're interested in downloading this build. Also, if you guys would like to let me know what other sort of builds you'd like to see for when the pack comes out. Obviously, at that point, I will have access to all of my other packs at the same time. All of the things I'm going to be sharing over the next couple of days are just Snowy Escape and base game, which is great because then it's more accessible. But if there's some ideas you guys have that I should give a try that combine other packs, I'm totally open to hearing that as well. Also in the kitchen, I decided to use the regular counters instead of the island counters for the island just because I liked the look of it better. There are functional island counters you can use. I just didn't use them in this build in particular. But we're heading on upstairs now, trying to figure out what we're going to do for the bathroom. And I was kind of indecisive with the bathroom, and I went back to it after I finished it. But I think we're starting in the bedroom space first. Even though I didn't really want this to be a house, it's more of a center to come chill at once you got to the top of the mountain. I thought it was probably a smart idea to add a space for your Sims to sleep if you need to get some rest before you go home. You don't have to hike back down the mountain. I don't even know if you can. I think you just go home from the top, which is very unrealistic in my opinion. I wonder if you can hike back down. I have no idea. I didn't test that. But I wanted a place for your Sims to be able to rest up. I just thought it was a good idea. And a use of the space. In here, I think I edited it together so it's not super obvious. But for some reason, this is another one of those builds where I did things differently in this one than the other ones, and I don't know why. But at first, I just had everything all in one room, but I did switch it out, and you'll see that shortly, to make sure that the toilet is in a separate room than the rest of the bathroom. That's pretty common for Japan, from my understanding. I don't know if it's typically like a separate room outside or if it's a separate room in the same room, like what I'm about to do. And that's what I've seen in videos of like Japanese apartments, more so apartments than homes. I haven't seen a lot of homes. But I do follow a few different YouTubers that live in Japan, and it was kind of inspired by the way their bathrooms are laid out. So hopefully it's fairly accurate, but we are in the home stretch here, just adding a couple of more chairs and places to relax, and then we're going to be heading on into screenshots. I just want to say thank you so much to EA for providing me this early copy. I am so incredibly grateful. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.